Welcome dear learners. My name is Suraj Mashilkar, Assistant Professor, AISSMS College of HMCT. Today we are going to go through with the session of wine disease. Before we start with the session, let's see the objectives of the session. The objectives of the session are to introduce to the grape wine, to understand wine diseases, to know about the precautionary measures and cures for the diseases. Grape wine. Grape wine is an interesting plant, not only that it produces some of the best fruit on earth which can be transferred into the vines, but also as the plant itself. Grape vine is a climber or a creeper which naturally grows on the trees and bushes, high and in wide shapes. In the vineyards, its growth is maintained with the pruning in order to control the quantity and quality of the grapes. Like any other plant, also grapevine has its underground and above ground parts. The underground parts consist of an underground trunk with the root system, while the above ground parts consist of the trunks, canes, and shoots. Grapevines are also known as vitis or Vitis vinifera. This is the complete plant of the grapevine. This is one of the image of how vines are grown in a particular vineyard, where the parts of that particular vine is shown. The trunk, the root systems are the ones which connect the shoots or canes of that particular grapevine. These shoots or canes further grow into a plant which consists of leaves, grape bunches, etc. The whole grape bunch and leaf section of that particular vine is called as canopy. So let's see the various vine diseases. Like every other plant, the grapevine are subject to pests and disease in different forms. Vine can almost always be saved, and there are many precautions that can be taken to avoid diseases in the first place. In the worst case scenario, you may have to dig the stalk out and plant a new one, as the variety one chooses is often decisive. Like any other plant that is there on the earth, similarly, these grapevine also have certain diseases or pests that can infect. These pests cause various diseases amongst the plant. These pests can be controlled prior hand before infecting or once after the infection. But once the disease is struck and is out of control, the complete shoot or the complete stalk of the grapevine has to be removed and replaced with a new one, so as to avoid maximum damage. These are certain images of vine disease, how a particular grape can be affected, or the leaf of that particular grapevine can be affected. So let's see vine diseases that are commonly seen amongst the grapevine. The first of them all is called as downy mildew. Downy mildew caused by Plasmopara viticola is a major disease of grapevine. This occurs due to light and continuous rains associated with high humidity and low temperature. The disease attacks the leaf flowers, clusters, and young fruits, the loss are very high if the entire clusters are affected. The infected berries turn brown. This is how a downy mildew looks on the grape berries. Slowly, these berries would be converted into brown. Let's see certain precautionary measures and cure. One of the precautionary measures is trellising systems and pruning can be used to manage the leaf canopy to minimize leaf wetness. Avoid increasing humidity and leaf wetness at night to mitigate secondary infection. Spraying grape vine with a fungicide just before blossom opens 7 days to 10 days later and 10 to 14 days after that, followed by final application 3 weeks later. Fungicides like chlorothalonil and mancozeb are the main protectant fungicides for downy mildew. Let's see some other diseases. The next is Odium tokori. The Odium tokori is also known as powdery mildew. Powdery mildew is by far the worst disease for house grape vine. A powdery mildew which covers the grapes, splits and rotting them. Since dry conditions coupled with high humidity are often the culprit behind powdery mildew growth. This is an example of a powdery mildew where the grapes are struck with the mildew and splitting those grapes and further rotting them. Let's see certain precautionary measures of the powdery mildew. Precautions and cures can be watering your plants overhead and getting the entire plant wet can help. However, it's important to use this method somewhat sparingly as overwatering can cause other issues for your plant. To avoid this, vine should be treated with sulfur spray before and after blossoming. The next disease is Phylloxera vastratus, a loose-like, almost invisible aphid which attacks the leaves and roots of the vine. Phylloxera feeds off vine root system by forming protective galls around their bodies. The galls make it difficult for vines to absorb water and necessary nutrients. Common symptoms of an infestation are yellowing of the vine, stunted growth. The disease Phylloxera arrived in Europe in the mid-1800s almost by accident, transported on American vine, imported into various European at this time. This is how the plant becomes once a Phylloxera is struck to the roots. As it states that Phylloxera is the one which eats the roots and hence making the roots unable to absorb any sort of minerals or water, hence drying off that complete plant. Precautions and cures for Phylloxera. No chemical or biological controls are available to eradicate Phylloxera. Some basic measures can help in the case of this disease. Grafting. By grafting the European vine onto American rootstocks, Phylloxera will unable to be feed on the roots, but the grape vine retain the European vine's fruits and qualities. Soil remediations. Sandy soils provide some protection against Phylloxera by creating a harsh environment, and vineyards, hygiene and others preventive measures can be maintained. The next disease is called as noble rot or botrytis. It is a grey rot that occurs when humid conditions are followed by hot weather. Botrytis seriously reduces the quantity and quality of the crop by causing premature clusters drop and post-harvest fruit rot. The fungus punctures the grape skin, the water content evaporates, and the grape shrinks, thus concentrating the sugar inside. However, in certain cultivars and under certain weather conditions, a specific form of botrytis, cluster rot, known as noble rot, is a desired rot that contributes to the production of exceptionally sweet wines. This is an example of a botrytis, shrinking the complete grape by reducing the moisture content in the same. There are certain precautions and cures that can be taken. Cultural control methods can be based on promoting good air circulation, increasing pesticides penetration, increasing sun exposures, and choosing clones with loose clusters. All these can be done by proper pruning methods, canopy management, and so on. There are some chemical controls that can be taken care, like fungicide applications at late bloom, pre-bunch closures, horizon, and 2 to 3 week pre-harvest are especially important sprays for botrytis fruit rot control. Example of the fungicides are cyprodenyl, pyrimethamine, iprodine, etc. Let's see the next disease. Next disease is collure. Collure is a potential viticulture hazard that is the result of metabolic reaction to weather conditions that causes a failure of grapes to develop after flowering. Collure is triggered by a period of cold, cloudy, rainy weather or very high out of season temperature. As it is a metabolic reaction in the grape or in the vine, it doesn't develop the fruit after flowering. Those fruits which are seen in this image are the best example of a collure. This metabolic reaction doesn't allow a fruit to develop, hence resembling it like a green ball bearings. Some precautionary measures and cure. Collure is not 100% preventable, but a vineyard manager can take several precautions to lessen the severity and impact of collure. In the vineyards, care can be taken to not prune so severe and ensure that there is adequate leaf coverage for photosynthesis. For non-organic viticulture, chemical growth inhibitors can be applied to the vine to limit shoot growth as well. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe the channel. Also attempt the small quiz related to the topic through the link provided in the description of the YouTube video. References, data credits, and photo credits. Thank you.